Either she has double ears or these pointy bits are part of her hair. You know, what's interesting is I used to sketch in with very hard lines, with no opacity at all. They look so unhinged when I look back at them. No. The thing is, I don't like doing different head positions either. Because if you've ever seen that meme, I think it's like some elf girl from some anime. Like someone tried to draw her looking up. And looks something like this.
Autophidias Gray says.
Mew.
HBBNNBB.
BBNNBBH. BBNNBB. HHH. I don't know how to do a cute little nose. No, his life is entirely a creation of his own making. Like, no one is doing anything to him. And otherwise, like, if everyone just suddenly ignored him, he'd be worse off. to browse through my spam folder. Why did I open my phone? No reason. I think I can. Okay. This is almost going in an interesting direction. It's just, I don't recognize the style. It's not as cute as I want it to be.
Autophidias graces. GUH.
Blah. There was an interesting video in my playlist. Let's see. What could go wrong? Trying to buy a car with a fake check. A forged financial instrument. Yes, I came in with a clarinet. That's a forgery. Sir, the other police officer is blocking the camera. Basically, I am fumbling about until this sketch starts to look correct. Which is what happens when you refuse to learn anything about anatomy or perspective. You just gotta push and pull until things look correct. Okay, this is an interesting little chin and face shape in general. I like it actually. I'm trying to remember. I think the girl's name in Bolt. Alright, also, your NMGG message was held for the reason race, ethnicity, or religion. I think the Twitch, that was not my moderation rules. I think Twitch suspected you were trying to say the N word. I always wondered what would happen if someone in a normal random Twitch chat tried to say it.
What happened, Wef?
What happened? Never heard of a business check. I always focus too much on the head, but it's because the head is the most important part to me. The head and the eyes and all that. But then I have a lot of trouble with everything else. And then I made it too big. It's interesting how she tried to dress it up a little. She didn't want to say baby daddy.
Wallace Lovecraft says,
Hmm.
keep up the good work, querrieoh.
No good work being done today. Only strange machinations of a tormented mind. This girl needs to do some anatomy practice. Hmm. No, none of this makes sense. Alright, I have never heard of a shadier company than American Credit Acceptance. It sounds like the kind of service that'll give you 20% 70-month financing.
Autophidias Gray says, cooked.
Cooked 5 ways from Sunday. Amsterdam. Where is Amsterdam? I'm looking at a headline. Amsterdam could ban public advertisements for meat and fossil fuels. Like, who's advertising fossil fuels in physical media or in general?
Autophidias Gray says, Netherlands.
The Netherlands are cooked. Can you imagine? Okay, advertisements for meat products such as beef burgers have disappeared from Amsterdam streets. Also, chicken nuggets and SUVs. Nah, it's cooked. Imagine you can't. Okay, imagine not being able to advertise food. I'm not saying that advertisements are good, but food is good for you. Meat is good for you. Man, it's cooked. Alright, Netherlands is on the ban list. Google debuts new CAPTCHA future web use to require Android phones and iPhones. What the fuck is this? I can't even get through a passkey. My 2018 phone is not gonna survive this new generation.
Autophidias Gray says, it will blow up.
It might. Can I sue Google if it attempts to confirm my humanity, cause my phone to spontaneously combust? Mhm.
Wallace Lovecraft says. Are you hiccuping?
I may have. I have like the worst memory ever. Like when it comes to hiccups or weird things like that, if it happens, they don't stay in my memory. So I'm sorry if I did. Or I may be yawning weirdly. There's also the train passing by. Dude, there's something wrong with my brain right now. I can't understand anatomy. It's just like not computing. Oh my goodness. Sorry, but unfortunately, when you list your arrest record and fraud is on the list, and you're currently being investigated for attempted check fraud and or trying to defraud a car company out of a car with a fake check. Gurney, Illinois. What's really unfortunate is I like the leg posing specifically of this reference drawing, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to replicate it. Mahler. Mahler. Baby daddy. Well, actually, it's been so long since I've heard baby daddy in a body camera video. But I've also been avoiding any relationship drama type videos. But I find it interesting that they're avoiding the term here. Maybe it's because it's a very formal situation. No one wants to talk about baby daddies in the bank. Right. Surprisingly enough, I'm actually.
Universe Fine ID says.
Wow.
Hello.
Hello, Universe Infinity. How are you doing this evening? I hope you're doing well.
Universe Fine ID says. Pretty good, you.
I survived my overtime shift. Actually, I could talk about that quite a bit. That was an interesting thing. I mean,
Universe Fine ID says. I see.
glad you see. Right. So, at work, I don't make anything personally, but I babysit a machine that makes certain pieces. And these pieces are packaged up and sent to a customer. Now, for some reason, well, I can like extrapolate a reason why, but multiple batches of finished product were singled out to be re-inspected. And it's because they have an increased number of turned and missing parts. Now, re-inspected means that, imagine you have a box of spaghetti, and you have to open the box and look at every strand of spaghetti and then put it into another box and then close the box again with like tape. Right, so that's what I had to do. I had to unwrap product, inspect each individual unit of product. I had to record my findings in a sheet for every unit of product I inspected. And then I had to put it all back together, wrap it all up, and send it back out. Now, I mean, that on its own is fine. I guess the frustrating part is that when I got there, no one knew what was up. Group leaders didn't know why we were there. I stood around for about 40 minutes. And part of that was I found someone to work with to do random things on the floor while I was waiting. And then I got called over to do the thing I was there to do. But even after I was called over to do the thing I was there to do, it was a lie. Because they actually told me, alright, well actually I gotta go find the person in charge. So just wait here for a second. Well, that wait here for a second turned into 40 minutes of me standing in place, nearly falling asleep, writing in my journal, and then eventually going, never mind, I'm gonna go back to working on something unrelated. I took my first break, I come back, and it's still not ready. So I think one or two or three more hours pass. And then I'm finally called over to start the thing I'm there to do. And then there are like the quality people that have to tell us exactly how they want this process to go, all the paperwork we have to do, all the recording we have to do. Like, okay, gotta do things right, we gotta do things properly. And that was the rest of my day, just opening product, inspecting a product, sealing product. And I got eventually so tired I couldn't even write my initials or the date correctly. I started making really dumb mistakes on the paperwork. I was like, I'm hypnotizing myself. You can't make me write 2026 13 times in a row. And expect me to just like zoink out. Also, what is hantavirus? Apparently, there has been a cruise ship outbreak of the hantavirus, as well as a case in Switzerland. I'm gonna read through this thread. Hantavirus outbreak of 2026. Heroes never die. Read Dead Aim soundtrack. I don't understand this titling. Hantavirus cluster linked to cruise ship travel. Cruise ship with hantavirus outbreak to sail to Canary Islands.
Universe Fine ID says, you have a very interesting job.
I mean, it's factory work. The interesting days are days like this where I'm doing things outside.
What's the mortality rate?
Alright, let's see. Maybe I should just look up. Okay, hantavirus hantavirus overview. I mean, okay, so there's this outbreak on a cruise ship and there's a case in Switzerland. We don't know anything about whether it's coming for the United States. Did I even... Studio mode, what are you gonna show? Boop, boop. Hantaviruses are a group of viruses primarily spread by rodents, which can cause serious illness in humans, including hantavirus pulmonary syndrome and hemorrhagic fever with renal syndrome. Hemorrhagic as in blood flowing out, and renal as in kidney? I don't think it means rectum. Alright. Infection typically occurs through contact with...
Autophidias Gray says. Thug that shit out.
I don't think you can thug out severe respiratory and kidney complications. Infection typically occurs through contact with rodent urine, droppings, or saliva. Oh no, I pressed the generate more slop button. Alright. Contact with rodent excretions, direct contact, or contaminated surfaces. Alright, initial symptoms. Everyone watch out for a placebo effect. I suffer from the placebo effect a lot, where reading about the symptoms of something make me kind of feel like I have them, no matter if I'm as healthy as an ox. Alright, so HPS, which is hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. The initial symptoms are fever, chills, muscle aches, headache, abdominal pain, and nausea. And severe symptoms are cough, shortness of breath, fluid accumulation in lungs. So really not that kind of identifiable. You know, you might just think you have a bad cough or some kind of, you know, just like some kind of something you can thug out. And then the other one is HFRS, which I already forgot what it was. Hemorrhagic fever with renal syndrome. Fever, chills, headache, back pain, abdominal pain, nausea. The back pain could be your kidneys desperately asking for help. Ooh, severe syndromes, internal bleeding, low blood pressure, and kidney failure. Those are indeed more severe. Severe. Risk factors include individuals at higher risk include those. I think I'm losing faculty of my language processing center. Work in agriculture or forestry. Clean areas with rodent infestations. You're trying to clean out your rodent infestation, and then you might die. This is why you know, sometimes I wonder, is it even worth trying to get rid of mice or rats in your home if you never see them? But this might be a reason to. prevention, seal entry points, get you a barn cat, hope the barn cat doesn't get infected too, clean up rodent droppings, avoid disturbing areas where rodents may be present. You're gonna trigger the rodents, you're gonna be swarmed by the rodents. Horrifying. Okay. Anyway, well, wait, I didn't even read through the articles of the outbreak itself or any information about it. Let's see. The CDC page on the hantavirus was updated in 2024, so I guess they don't read about it yet. Harvard Health, what to know after the cruise ship outbreak. What is hantavirus? This class of virus was... Oh, I forgot you could see my screen. You could see me friggin' rolling around. A cruise ship is currently stranded off of the west coast. Oops. Okay, although rare, the disease is potentially deadly, especially if it involves the kidneys, heart, or lungs. Ooh, so far in this outbreak on the cruise ship, 7 people have become ill with confirmed or suspected hantavirus, and 3 of them have died. According to the World Health Organization, a rare type of hantavirus called the Andes virus, Andes comata, blockhead. You probably don't. No one remembers this, but Andes comata, and I think that was his stage name, and then he had another name. He was a blockhead Steve guy from AI Nirvana Initiative. Right. But anyway, the Andes virus type, or the what's a cool way to word this? The Andes virus. Andes permutation is not the right word here. There's like some interesting word I could use, but I can't think of it right now. The Andes virus version may be responsible, as it has, I think, a higher possibility of being able to spread from person to person. There is no specific treatment. An antiviral drug called the ribavirin is sometimes recommended. Oh, well. I don't know if I can read this, but I just remember the comments on this video. Everyone was very impressed by how bold she was. Alright, dressing like that to buy a $60,000 car. I mean, it's no shirt, no shoes, no service. He's got a shirt on. Barely. I remember I put my blanket downstairs. You would think that I really shouldn't need a blanket, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know if something's wrong with me. Which is probably it. But like I'm half chilly, but also half not. 10:17. I don't know.
Autophidias Gray says. High of 94 TMRW.
Oh man.
Autophidias Gray says. Silly.
The world is being silly. Tail blue cat girl. I'm saving this and then I'm probably giving up on drawing. But I don't know if I have it in me to play Pikmin either. I'm kind of just sleepy. Or I'm kind of just getting manic from sleepiness. So I don't know. Hi. I don't know. You probably have air conditioning, so I have no sympathy for your 95 degrees. I don't have air conditioning, which means I have to use window AC stuff. Which means I get bitten by mosquitoes. They all come in through it. Oh, I just want to lean back. Oh, wait. I should probably take off the, there.
Autophidias Gray says. AC.
Yeah, well, you might love your AC, but I'm jealous of it. Horribly jealous. Ugh, I need a minute of passing out.
Autophidias graces. HNNG. Caleb Morris 6687 says. Fuffy tuber. Wallace Lovecraft says. Leave DSP alone.
Meow. I passed out for realsies.
Thwitznauzer says. LOL you did.
Sorry. I am not capable. Can you try to scroll through the chat? Where did it go? On the VTuber. Alright, well, please accept my apologies for passing out. What is that one? Go to sleep? Yes, I do believe that I shall. But that's Let us all go to bed. I don't even need Pikmin. I don't know, it's so weird. And I still feel like a strange mixture of really want to go to bed, but also not super. But also not super cold. Feeling restless. No. Anyhow, good night. Tomorrow was interesting. I got an appointment to go pick up a bicycle. And that'll be fun. Good night, everybody. Yeah.
Thwitsnauzer says.
Me.
GNGN.
Goodness, nothing. Also, I don't know why, but in my brain, I actually been thinking that you're Wallace. I think it's just like, just like the W in everyone's name. Okay. Good day, Snazar. Oh,
Thwitsnauzer says. LMAOO.
Mwahaha.